For me, the directing is more like a decision-making process. So you work with people and you make decisions, and you try to get as much as they can. So I think this is the way I work it.
We know that Out of Paradise is your debut film. What are its highlights?
I think highlight is, of course, it's very challenging because I never did a feature film before. So it's like a little bit learning by doing. But on the other hand, we did it also a 20-minute teaser, short version of the film. So that's why it was a little bit easier to make feature film because all the cast and the crew were same people. A challenge is surely we had very few times. The time was not schedule was very fixed because our ticket to Mongolia and return back was fixed, so we can't delay the shooting. So we just do everything in this period of time. So it was very challenging. And also it was, for me, a little bit stressful because I was also co-producer of this film, and I involved also with the organization, and sometimes a little bit tricky. For example, we had a pickup in the film. The pickup was broken, and I must find in 2 days another car exactly same because the car was already in picture.
Is it the older one? It has a scars on it.
Yeah.
And you need to find exactly.
Yeah, exactly same the type of car. So maybe it was in Mongolia just 2 or 3, I don't know, and I must find this, and it was challenging. Yeah.
But you did it.
Yeah, I did. Or we did it. Yeah.
How about the characters? Are the actors and actresses, they are doing well? They're performing well?
Yeah, I think so. I'm very pleased and quite happy that they did their best, and I really like it. Yeah.
Where did you find them?
We did a normal casting, and I spent this film before I met my producer 3 years. So I was traveling in Mongolia, was doing casting, locations. I also chose myself, and it was kind of preparation for the real shooting. And then I met my main producer, and we decided to shoot, and it worked pretty well.
Okay, why you made this decision to shoot this film? Because also you've mentioned that this is your first feature film as well. So why did you choose to make a feature film?
I had some different projects, some different ideas, but it was, just be honest, I could realize easier. So because I speak Mongolian and I can do more things, right? So the casting and location shooting, I wrote the script, and the idea was maybe I could do this film just myself, and but it didn't work, of course, because of financing and post-production, everything. So it was surely easier to work with producers.
Is the idea of the film?
And the idea was when I became father 9 years ago, I thought it's a very special moment, at least for me.
Yeah, sure.
And I was thinking about my father, and my father-in-law died just before the birth. And it was, yeah, it's kind of a mixed feeling. On one hand, I was very happy, and the other hand, little, of course, sad because of this incident. And then I thought maybe I should do about this subject.
So this film actually is about life and death together.
Yeah, exactly. It's about circle of life, and it's a universal story, one hand, and the other hand, it's also very personal. And I think more or less everybody became father, or everybody experiencing death in their family. So it's very universal one hand, but the other hand, every experience is very unique and personal. So that's why I thought the subject and theme is universal, but the story should be very personal. And I tried to make this story about this nomad couple personal.
So as a director, how will you evaluate this main character, Dorj, and his experience?
I think Dorj is a quite interesting character.
Yeah, because he experienced a lot.
Yeah, exactly. He experienced a lot, and he's not really 100% very likable guy. In his heart, he's a good guy, but he has maybe some kind of little bit bad behavior, maybe. And I wanted to show the characters more or less different. They should have different sides, different bad and more dimensional, not just two-dimensional. So I think I tried to make a little bit complex of this character. He loves his wife. He's for nature maybe a good guy, but he doesn't talk so much. He communicates with his wife not properly, I guess, and he has a lack of this kind of approach to somebody, and maybe in this movie, I think it became more handicap for him.
Do you think a director need a lot of skills and experience to shoot a film, or maybe feeling is much more important?
I think both.
Both.
Yeah, and experience should have, of course, but in some level, everybody has certain experiences. Then you must be better than others. So skills, and then in this case, maybe more skills. But as I said, I didn't went to film school. It was not really huge handicap for me. It was not, because there are some directors who went to film school and some who doesn't. In this case, I think it's quite normal. I think for me, the directing is more like a decision-making process. So you work with people and you make decisions, and you try to get as much as they can. So I think this is the way I work it.
我现在宣布最佳影片的得主，他是瑞士蒙古电影《再别天堂》。
The winner goes to Out of Paradise, Switzerland, Mongolia.
电影。
好，谢谢姜文主席。